Okay, when you picture the world's capital for AI, where does your mind jump to? Silicon Valley, right? Maybe Shanghai. Well, what if I told you the real story, the one that's turning heads right now, is happening somewhere completely different? We're talking about Kenya, and why it might just be the most enthusiastic adopter of Chatgpt on the planet. Let's dig in.
It all starts with this one number, 42.1%. Just look at it. On its own, it doesn't seem like much. But trust me, this single statistic is the key to our entire story today.
So you're probably wondering, what in the world does this number actually mean? It tells a really fascinating story about tech, about access, about culture, and it all centers on one of the most powerful tools we've seen in years.
And here it is. Get this, a staggering 42.1% of all Kenyan internet users used Chatgpt just last month. Now, according to the latest digital reports, that's not just the highest rate in Africa, that is the highest rate in the entire world. Wild, right?
And we're not just talking about a casual interest in AI here. No. This is a full-blown love affair with one specific tool. Chatgpt has an iron grip on the market, with almost 79% of the share. I mean, it's leaving huge players like Microsoft and Google in the dust. It's absolute dominance. But, and this is a big but, this incredible hype, it's only one side of the story.
Because when you look just a little bit closer, you find this deep, really complex paradox. It's truly a tale of two Kenyas. And the digital story here is not nearly as simple as those headlines make it seem.
And here's the heart of that paradox. For all the excitement and buzz around AI, a massive 52% of the entire country is still completely offline. That's right, more than half the nation has no internet access at all. And just to put that in perspective, Kenya's overall internet access, that 48%, actually trails behind other major digital players on the continent. You've got Morocco at over 90%, South Africa sitting at almost 76%. So how? How can a country with lower overall access have the highest AI adoption?
Well, the answer is all about who is online. The digital divide is just stark. You see, internet access is way higher in the cities than in rural areas. And look at the income gap. Almost every single high-income household is online. But for low-income households, it's just 17%. And with only about 11% of homes even owning a computer, you can bet most of this is happening on phones.
So what does all this mean? It means that all those headlines, all that global buzz about Kenya being an AI leader, it's really being driven by a very vocal, very enthusiastic, and very digitally connected minority. A powerful minority for sure, but a minority all the same.
Okay, so let's zoom in on that connected group for a minute. What are they actually doing with this tech? Why is it so incredibly popular? Because this isn't just about numbers, It's about how AI is literally weaving itself into everyday life, for everything from homework to, and I love this, some uniquely Kenyan social roasts. It really just boils down to being super practical. People are using Chatgpt to get a real advantage. Entrepreneurs are brainstorming business ideas. Professionals are saving tons of time drafting emails and reports. And in education, students are using it to study. And even teachers are using it to plan their lessons. And then you get to the culture of it all, which is just awesome. This quote from a Kenyan user on Reddit says it all. It never forgets, ask it to roast you proper, that's when you see info you'd even forgotten. That phrase, roast you proper, it's so perfect. It just captures this playful, creative way of engaging with AI, testing its limits, and really making it their own. And you can see just how deep that engagement goes with this number. Over 27% of those connected Kenyans are using OpenAI tools every single day. That's not just playing around with a new toy anymore. That is deep integration. It's become a daily habit. So this brings us to the big question. How do we square these two things? The unbelievable hype on one side and the sobering reality of the digital divide on the other. Let's try to map out the path forward.
I think this comparison is the perfect reality check. For all the global conversation and excitement around Chatgpt, an old-school workhorse like Yahoo still gets more visitors in Kenya every month. It's this powerful reminder that what's flashy and new isn't always the same as what's getting used day in and day out.
So what does Kenya's story really teach all of us? Well, for one, it shows that practical, useful tools often win out over temporary hype.
It's also a huge reminder that digital access is never spread out evenly, and that the loudest voices you hear online don't represent everyone on the ground. And maybe most importantly, it shows what a real, thriving digital culture looks like, one that embraces the cool new stuff without tossing out the reliable old tools.
So in the end, this isn't really a story of contradiction. It's a picture of dynamic, real-world progress. You see a country moving forward with one foot planted firmly in the systems that work right now, while its other foot is stepping boldly into all the incredible possibilities of the future.
And that leaves us with this powerful, really challenging question. And it isn't just a question for Kenya, it's for all of us. How does any nation build a truly inclusive AI future when half of its people are still just waiting to get connected?